Anyway, welcome back. We have been off for a little bit. There's reason for that because Alchemy updated and finally released their Daggerheart official module. So we're going to be playing that tonight. You can see here, I'm using one of the default scenes just to kind of show it off. But we took a week off so that we could kind of rebuild our characters. We had kind of like a session 0.5 and just kind of went through the character creation process again. But we're back now. Ready to play some more Legends of Elzorya. So, let's do a little recap where we are, because I think we had some decently big things happen in the last episode. Let's see, what was it? Oh yeah, the world almost ended. That was one thing. That was a problem.
I pissed off a man and he tried to end the world.
That's true. But
man? Question mark?
I mean,
he really had fuck-ass man energy, so...
He is...
Okay, you're right about that.
He was a man at one point. He was a human at one point. Now he is essentially a clank with a human soul trapped in his... Well, not trapped. He put it there on purpose.
Ew.
But essentially, he revealed some things to you all. The biggest thing being that Rhea is... born from the rift, born from the magical realm itself. As you came into the monastery, you actually found the body of the original Rhea lying dead in the middle of the chamber where the rift portal was. There was a lot of stuff that went down in that chamber. The Phoenix, the clank that we were speaking of, decided he would test you to see if your magical prowess lived up to what he was expecting. Destabilizing the rift and asking you to fix it before, well, it tore apart your reality. You all worked together, none being more productive and useful than our good friend Fortune, with the ham-smacking distraction.
Every fucking time.
Fantastic distraction.
Gets them every time.
It's a pretty great role, to be honest. But you did eventually manage to close the rift. I believe Rhea got I think it was a crit.
It was me.
One of those. Was it you? Okay. I knew we had a crit there.
It was a tag team crit specifically.
Oh, right. Those are great. So, you managed to not only close it, but you also managed to, for the time being, defeat the Phoenix. Although you had learned that he's able to thrust his consciousness into the various clanks that he has helped create, which is quite a few since he kind of owns the clank factory. So, you also learned a couple other things. You learned that shit has started to go down in Bravia, and that basically the central power there has fallen, as your dear friend has staged a coup to try to take back his throne. Also, you have learned that Chelsea is being held prisoner, but is still alive. There were some tense moments between the group as we had some very heightened disagreements, some philosophical disagreements. And when last we left off, we were also kind of split about which way we should go. Whether we would head back to Bravia to assist with the defenses, or if we would head to New Etheria to get back up. Where we left off was you all had taken some kind of drink, I think, that Draven had made for everybody, right? To help you go to sleep. And I believe Everybody did that except Rhea.
Yeah.
Right. So, what I will say, as I move, let's move to the scene where you are. In this, yeah, I had to make new scenes, so I just went ahead and made a new one for this. You will all go ahead and get your long rest worth of healing if you haven't done that yet. So you will be able to take a long rest.
I don't remember how that works.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure that I just had my character reset when we moved it over here.
Okay. Essentially, you
Just
can
to
pick.
be transparent.
You can pick two. If you're not cheating like Ravnok, you can pick two different ways. you can heal all of your HP, clear all your stress. You can prepare to gain a hope. You can. What was the other one? Repair all your armor slots as well. But there's one thing I did forget. I get a little bit of fear on a long
Can
rest.
I get rid of all my stress or just?
If that's one of the ones you choose, you can get rid of all your stress. Yes.
Yeah, I don't really think I could do.
So that was leveling up. I forget. I think I get like 1d4 plus how many characters there are. Let me check that real quick. Oh no. Bookmark I have is for leveling up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of flip through this. What I want to start with is Rhea. I'm about to put you on the spot. Sorry about this. But you take a while to drift off to sleep.
Okay.
There's been a lot of information that's come at you in the last little bit, and I think that without the use of the beverage that was offered to everyone else, your thoughts keep you awake for a long time. But when sleep finally takes you, you start to dream. Primarily about the days of what you remember here at the monastery. Your life that is so unclear at the moment if that was something you lived or if it was a copy of another person's memories. Think back to something fond, one of your fondest memories that happened while Rhea was at the monastery. And what was that? Put you on the spot.
I think it was the when she was much younger, learning her first spell and finally like casting her first spell.
And what spell would that be?
Oh gosh. Do I have to name it?
No, just what did it do? A little cantrip.
It made like cute little fireworks sparkles.
You remember back, and even at an early age, you seem to be pretty proficient with the arcane arts. As Draven so kindly pointed out in the chat, your friend Blagatha was always very impressed with how fast you were able to move. In fact, you remember, Draven, what was Blagatha? Do you remember?
Wasn't she like an orc lady?
She an orc?
She was an orc.
Okay,
I think. Are we like the same age?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Blagatha was there a little before you, but
Yeah.
essentially you guys became best friends really quick.
Yeah.
Blagatha was always very impressed with you, and there was room there for jealousy to grow as you kind of quickly outpaced her, but you never really got that from her. In fact, you remember the day that you cast your sparkles. It was not only like this happy elation that filled you, but there was also the celebration of your friends. Blagatha being, and I can't believe that we canonized Blagatha, but being probably your biggest supporter all through, outside of your mentor. But there was this time in your life you think back to where you had these people around you. They made you feel safe. They made you feel comfortable. And all that kind of got ripped away. Lynn, you hear voices as you start to stir. Your eyes kind of flutter open as the intoxicating effect of the wine is still heavy on your head, but there's like a tingling that you have as you come to. The room is like almost physically vibrating with this kind of magical energy. Give me let's see. Give me a presence check.
Just a normal roll.
Oh
6
no,
with fear. That's low.
girl.
That's low. Not gonna
Literally
lie.
drunk. I'm literally drunk.
It's really hard to. I'm pretty sure you genuinely could not have done worse.
Yeah. But if it had been 2 wines, it would have been a crit.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. You
true.
genuinely could not have done worse.
You were so close to that. Okay, so I'm gonna take the fear from that, and I'm also gonna need an instinct roll from you. You'll never know what the presence roll is for.
All right.
Okay, 17 with hope. Okay. The first thing you notice is almost unmissable. As you finally kind of come to, there's like a tingling in you that you quickly kind of shake off. You don't really understand what's going on there. But as your gaze kind of sweeps around the room, looking for danger, looking to see if anything's happening to your friends, you notice Rhea curled up, asleep, but floating about 6 inches off the ground.
Oh god.
In her unconsciousness, you see these figures very similar to the ones that you had seen when you first got here. Those ghostly figures repeating moments of the past. And what you see in this room is played out the dream that she just described. As the figures from her past seem to almost be, well, they're not physical, but they're manifestations of pure magic, this scene on display from this incredibly powerful sorcerer that at the moment seems not to have full control when they're unconscious of these newfound abilities. As you see the small child, the small Rhea, throwing up little sparkles, you see what's obviously a young Blagatha picking her up and swinging her around, tossing her into the air a little bit as much as she can. Blagatha was pretty strong.
Yeah.
But the thing that strikes you the most is this almost carefree kind of look on Rhea's face. This untarnished look, as you notice that this younger Rhea has none of the familiar scarring that you're used to. The room crackles with energy, but the other two remain peacefully oblivious. You're still a little drunk. Not 100% sure if what you're seeing is real, but that's what you're seeing. So what are you doing?
Also, Alessia is definitely there in the corner trying to, like, definitely keeping the whole calm, like, teacher vibe, but they're definitely underneath. There's, like, a whole, like, she's trying not to squee with excitement as well,
She's
kind of deal.
Indulgent,
Yeah.
like an indulgent parent.
Yeah.
So one thing that's slightly different is that there are no sounds coming from these. The scene itself is rather self-explanatory, but none of the people are making any verbal noise that you can hear. Which is probably why your two comrades are sleeping through it. For now. What do you do? Or what are you feeling?
I think like I think Lynn is like conflicted because like she knows what like Rhea said about her having still loved Alessia, and like she just doesn't know how to process how like Rhea seems to constantly oscillate between like this prickly, like dangerous magician and then this like just sad, like 20-year-old girl who's curled up into a little ball asleep, while like childhood memories play. But she's also feeling weird because like when she looks at Rhea, she knows like she's also thinking about how like the other Rhea's dead. Like that girl doesn't get to grow up. Like she feels really, but she just feels conflicted. Like it gives her like this kind of weird, like she doesn't know whether to pity Rhea or like fear her, but she's also just like, it's hard to look at a sleeping person, and like feel anything but like just a little bit of sadness.
Okay. Give me a knowledge check with advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
22 with hope. You take
Take
that hope. I get
Terrible
fear. Okay. As you're kind of thinking this and all of this is washing over you, there's a part of you that just a temptation, if you will. As you're thinking about that, the other Rhea is gone. The other Rhea doesn't get to grow up. The other Rhea is dead. And briefly, your eyes kind of flicker towards the door where the corpses lay, ready to answer questions if you had them. It's a temptation that washes over you. Whether you act on it is up to you.
I think, yeah, like I think I've like
Go talk to my dead body.
well, yeah, like I think she does because like I think she wants to really know like what happened because like she almost wants just a moment to go talk to the bodies, like because the Phoenix is not here and she doesn't want Rhea there. She like she wants straight answers, while she can get them.
Okay. What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna just creep downstairs to the bodies.
Okay. I need you to give me a finesse check.
I do want to use one of my hopes.
Okay.
Because I recently have she is beauty, she is grace, and she's more graceful than you would have expected, like in all that armor. I don't know if it will help, but
she's a cat. I expect grace.
Okay, so we'll take away a hope, and then I will roll this finesse, which I'm not very good at. And then we'll just add +2 to it.
Okay, so 6 with hope, 7, 8. Okay.
Yeah, not helpful.
Not helpful. Now, I will say, Rhea, based on what's happening with you, you don't get to make a roll. But I need the other two. I need you to make me a, let's see, an instinct roll with disadvantage. You have to beat an 8. Barely. Did you even make it? Oh, 8 with hope. There you go. And
Oh my God.
A 4 with fear.
Oh, see, no, I like this. I
kind of like this
Fortune
too.
with me. I like this duo because I don't think Fortune won't fucking snitch on her.
No.
So,
I'll just be like, Lan, I've already looked at all the bodies. There's nothing to steal.
I'm gonna just kind of like, you see her pause, like she has this like guilty kind of like look that comes over her, and then you just kind of see her look down, and like she, for once, like Lynn doesn't have her armor on, like she's taken it off, like she looks really tired, and you can tell she's still a little drunk, and she's like, she's gonna just kind of look at you, and she's gonna be like, it's not what's on the bodies, it's who's in the bodies. Fortune, do you want to actually get some answers about what happened here? Like, she's going to whisper this to Fortune.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just kind of gesture you to, like, follow me down.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, realization has now happened. I'm like, oh, that makes more sense. Okay. And I'll just kind of like catwalk and then
Okay.
get out the door and close it behind us.
I love this. Okay, so the two of you are going down into chamber. So that leaves one final question. Draven, no one can see it. What the fuck are you dreaming about?
No one can see it. What are you dreaming about? Is truly like that sounds like something you say to like absolutely emotionally devastate someone by insulting them.
I just want to know.
He's dreaming about being at the beach, baking on a rock.
Baking
Hell
on
yeah.
a rock? Is that what? Oh, just like
sunning yourself.
Oh, I love that. Okay. I love that. That was it. I just wanted to know.
That was it.
Okay. The other two, you make your way back down to the rift chamber. It's quiet here. You can still see the bodies strewn about where they fell. And let's see, did you keep any part of Phoenix? You left it all down here, right? Or did you keep like a head?
Caliana, I think, dragged his fucking little corpse. And I did not like it. I did not respond well. Or whoever was dragging it with them.
Well,
Right.
I took some bits and bobs from the Phoenix, from where he kind of like erupted out.
That was it.
I took
Okay.
those. So I have that on me, but the rest of it should be up there.
Okay. His lifeless eyes are still kind of staring back at you. Sorry, I didn't catch that. What would you say?
Katiana, I believe, took his body up to where we were sleeping, right?
I think you're right. Okay. So there's a couple people you could talk to here. There's poor Blagatha. Sorry, what was your mentor's name? Alicia, right? Is that right? Did I say it right?
Alessia.
And then there's the body of Rhea. There are some other scattered bodies around if you wanted to talk to them, but they are unnamed NPCs. So you will get whatever random name I think of when you try to talk to them.
I think she's a little hesitant to immediately, like, her instinct is to go to Rhea's corpse, but she knows doing this will destroy the corpse as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's a little hesitant. I think she's going to start with Blagatha just to see if she can get like some basic answers, and she's going to kind of turn to Phoenix, not Phoenix, sorry, Fortune, and you kind of see her like she's like looking around like on the ground, and like, you know, she's kind of like, she finds what she's like looking for, and she finds a couple little scraps of like metal. And like this one's a silver one, and she's like kind of gonna turn to Fortune, and she's gonna be like, the warden is the liege of all doors to the world. He's like, stop me if you know this, but the warden is the liege to all doors of each of the 9 worlds. And she's gonna hold up like a little piece of metal, and she's gonna twist it into the shape of a key, and she's like, when we need to talk and pull a soul, you know, across the void, we invoked their presence with a key. and then she's gonna like kind of put it down on Blagatha's chest, and she's gonna try to cast Final Word.
God, Blagatha.
Okay. Okay. So, remind me, how many questions do you get with this?
That's a good ass question. It depends on how I roll. I think if I roll with hope, I get 3, and if I roll with fear, I get 1. But I've got to double check. Give me just a moment.
I think that's it. I think you're right.
Spellcast roll of 13. On a success with hope, the corpse answers up to 3. On a success with fear, the corpse answers 1. The corpse answers truthfully, but it can't impart information it didn't know in life. On a failure, or once the corpse has finished answering the question, the body turns to dust.
Right.
So you can't ask it who the current fucking president of the United States is.
We don't want the answer.
They
to that
blissfully
question
are
anyway.
unaware. They don't know.
That's what they ask, like, to make sure your like mental status is okay.
You're just gonna have to assume they're as mentally good as a corpse can be, I suppose. All right. Okay.
Girl.
Failure with hope. So what was that one again?
I think a failure is still just 1. I just don't. Hang on. Let me
question.
click. I've got to look. Shit, that's not what I want. On a success with fear, I don't think I did anything.
I think it just I think you said on a failure or something, or when it's done.
Yeah, on a
turns to
failure, and
dust.
once the corpse is finished, or once it just turns to dust.
Oh no!
You just dusted Blagatha.
How
been
dare
dusted.
you?
Blagatha, no! Okay,
That's fine.
well.
She doesn't care.
Fortune's just gonna be like, so is that what you meant to do?
Oh, Fortune!
You're
Lynn just,
teaching
like,
me right
rubs her
now
face.
how to do this.
She's like, no.
Oh my God. Okay. As you go to try to get answers, you turn towards Blagatha first, and you place the key upon them. But once you invoke the last rite, there's, I don't know if it's a resistance. You don't know if it's some magical interference from this chamber, but Blagatha just begins to burn. The eyes don't open. There is no sound as she fades away to dust. I'm so sorry, Blagatha. I was looking forward to doing your voice.
What was her voice?
You'll never know.
No, come on.
It was Scottish. In my heart, I know it was like a hearty Scottish laugh.
If I could do that, it would be.
It would have been, yeah.
Like,
Okay.
What are you doing?
Lynn
What are you
really needed to
doing?
win, and she did not get that, and she's just tired. Like, she kind of just sits down and like rubs her
Nah,
face,
it's not funny. I've got school.
and she's gonna look at like Fortune, and she's like, Fortune, we need answers, like real answers that don't come out of the mouth of some megalomania robot fuck. But God, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing anymore.
Well, I've never thought that we'd be walking along with somebody whose dead body is sitting right there. So there's no playbook. We're just making this up as we go. So your answer is as good as mine. I'm going to show you like the bits and bobs of metal that I had though, and be like, do you think you can make any more keys out of this stuff?
Ugh. Are they from
You should try Alessia.
him?
Yeah, that's the only metal I really found, other than don't get mad at me, girl. But I did go through somebody's pockets earlier when nobody was looking, and one of them had a key already. I don't remember who that was actually. I don't think it was Blagatha. I think it was just random NPC.
I think there's a few. I think there was just a few other like people.
Don't get mad, girl.
Don't get mad, girl.
Wolf is
our
dead.
DM disappeared.
No, I'm still here. Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, did you time out?
No, I just left for a second.
Lynn is gonna kind of shake her head, and she's like, "This is hardly grave robbing. These people weren't even given the decency of a burial, and they're not using anything on them. So I'm gonna reach over and like just with distaste, I take one more key, and I'm gonna like twist it.
Maria.
I don't think she'd be like. I don't think she. I think she'd be more willing to go to Rhea than she would Alessia. I don't think she wants to like burn up Alessia's body. Like she's of two minds about Rhea, but I think she is going to at least try some of the other NPCs just to see like what happened, like a general overview.
Also,
Well-
I don't think it added your modifier for spell casting.
I think it just has to meet a
Definitely did
13.
not.
I don't think it is a like when I roll it, like I just do it from the actions area.
But we figured that out that it doesn't add your spellcasting
yeah,
modifier,
so-
which it ought to, but I
It
don't
wouldn't
think it
help.
would be enough anyway, but
wouldn't
keep
help.
that in mind if we start to, be on the
Yeah,
border.
we did learn that if you it's a bug right now. If you roll it straight from the action, it won't add it. So, yeah, you're right. It wouldn't have made a difference. But
It is supposed to be a +3.
Yeah.
okay, so that would have been 8. Still would have been a fail. Okay.
But
Hold on one
keep
second.
that in mind if you are, on the edge.
Ugh, I'm trying to get my camera back on streamer mode. I messed something up.
Oh, hang on. Wait, you know what I also didn't do?
What'd you not do?
I didn't roll my prayer dice.
Oh.
Okay.
Does that help at all?
I actually could have added a 4 and a 2 to put that to a 16, like on Blagatha's roll.
Can you add both prayer dice on one roll?
I think you can. I think you can add like any level of like of them you want. You just have to use. I think you have to use the whole dice. Let me go to features. Hang on.
Okay.
Prayer
Yeah, if you want
dice.
to go back and give Blagatha
Roll a number of d4s equal to your spellcast trait. You can spend any number of prayer dice to add yourself or an ally within far range. You can use a spent die's value to reduce incoming damage, add to a roll's result after the roll is made, or gain hope equal to the result. So yeah, like I can burn that 4 and one of the
Okay.
2 to add, and so I would have at least it would have been success with hope in that case.
Okay. All right. So we'll roll that back just a little bit then. I don't really have a great voice for Blagatha. I just said that because I didn't think I was going to have to do it. So now I'm in trouble. Okay. As we rewind time a little bit. You will use 2 of
We're
those
fools.
prayer dice. Blagatha's eyes finally just slowly open. She kind of looks around, and then her eyes lock on you as she goes to sit up just a little bit, but finds that she can't really move. Her eyes just stare into yours, waiting for a question.
What series of events led to your death?
That is a
shit.
complicated question.
What?
It's a short, but
hilarious
very
question.
well worded question.
Okay.
Speak
Okay.
with dead casters. Take notes.
Yeah, we don't want no
Okay.
yes or no answer.
Yeah, no. That's what series of events led to your death. Okay. Her eyes kind of flutter for a minute. Her voice comes out kind of raspy, as though it pains her to speak. We gathered so we could commune with the rift. Rhea had been chosen. She was always so good at that. The corpse kind of coughs a little bit, and you can see just like the muscles in its neck working, and it has this, just with every breath, it protrudes this stench of death into your face.
I really like to think that when it moves, only the neck muscles and no other part of the body moves in an extremely unnatural way, like just the mouth and the neck in a way that
Yep.
like doesn't come off as like living. No breath, no heartbeat, nothing.
And then the eyes, once they lock onto you, do not look around. They just
Mm.
stay locked on eye contact once they have made their contact with the questioner. Rhea touched the rift. There was a light, a bright light. And then you. So you gather that it was quick, seemingly painless. So you got 2 more, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
What was the spell
What-
supposed to?
I'm gonna ask, what's your assessment of the rift and its nature?
We believe the rift to be pure, unfiltered, uncorrupted magic. Not touched or tainted by the gods of this world, but existing beyond our own reality. And again, it makes these noises as its head doesn't move or shake, as it just looks at you. Got one more question.
Hang on, I have it. I'm just trying to think about how to word it.
What's your favorite dessert? Grabbing walks up behind. No, I'm kidding.
In your dream, you're like lying on that rock and you kind of lift your head. I have a feeling to find out Blagatha's favorite dessert.
What part? Hang on. In regards to the being known as the Phoenix, what part did they play in your monastery and its destruction?
I don't know who you mean. The monastery was destroyed? And then their eyes just kind of flutter close as the flames begin. It seems that those in this chamber weren't necessarily all aware what was going on above.
I'm going to kind of turn to Fortune and be like, so it was true. They were dead, most likely, when he came down here. So he didn't kill them. He did find them after, so small comfort, I suppose.
Small comforts, wherever you can get them. Yeah. Well,
What's next?
we want to dust a couple of more of them.
Want to dust me?
I'm trying to think of what. I mean, like, knowing Rhea was picked. Sorry, this is above table. Like, knowing Rhea was picked and, like, died very abruptly. I guess I can try. It's gonna dust her, but I'll be like, I think Lynn is gonna think this is important enough. Like, she doesn't like the idea of dusting Rhea's, like, corpse, but, like, she really needs answers about what's going on. So we're gonna attempt it.
Before you do that, Fortune will at least, like, because I don't know, and I know Fortune doesn't know. Do you think that doing something to her, this Rhea, might affect our Rhea? Should we bother this? Like, I don't really, and just vaguely emotions over top of her, like, I just don't know. Like, if you think it's cool.
If you bring that up, she is concerned enough. Like, she may not like Rhea, but she doesn't want to, like, actively harm her right now either. Like,
Certainly
she does.
actively
She's kind of like, or well, also I think she's worried that, like, if Rhea is delicate, or like if something does happen to Rhea, like, is she like a fucking bomb? Will she take shit with her? Like,
Well, what if
you know?
like, she's like a lich now, and this is her.
Well, I think Lynn's gonna kind of.
That's a dead. My guy, that's a dead body.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
It
It
seems
might
like
be
we
a
should at
horse
least.
It's a what the fuck? I don't know things about Harry Potter, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Lynn's gonna like kind of like she kind of crosses her arms and she kind of nods and she's like, I don't have the heart to do this to Alessia. And I think for Rhea, I think you're right. If there's any chance they're linked, harming Rhea, especially when her body seems every time she interacted with portals or these rifts, she gains more scars. And what was it that the Phoenix said? Something about damages more than just her body or something with magic. So yes, maybe we should. She should probably weigh in on this at least. I don't. I'm gonna kind of look at Fortune and be like, I don't know if any of the others here will have any more information than Blagatha. She seemed like she died very abruptly.
Yeah, we might be looking for somebody with a higher pay grade here. I'm not sure even if the original Rhea would know for sure what was going on, other than she was chosen.
Sounds like she had an aptitude for rift magic, according to Blagatha, but I am
You can both
again
give me a
hesitant.
knowledge check too on that comment. Okay, 14 with hope, and then a 6 with hope. Was that the other one? Okay, take the hope. Fortune, you succeed at the knowledge check. But I failed at the knowledge check because then I lost my train of thought. Rhea, yes, Blagatha, you're right. Blagatha died abruptly, may not have as much. The only thing that sticks out to you, Fortune, that Rhea may have more perspective on is what did she see upon making contact with that rift? There may be more. And I think Rhea's kind of alluded to the time she touched it before, this sense of timelessness.
Mm-hmm.
There could be an eternity of information in those last moments.
I'll relay that to Lynn. You remember when she was talking about how she went to another plane and whatnot?
And I know reaching for reaching for knowledge without any regard for what it does to other people, I don't think it's a good idea. We'll at least ask her.
Those are wise words.
Wish Rhea would realize that.
So, are you going to wake the others?
Yeah, I think we'll go up and like how long has it been? Like how long has it been since we've been asleep? Like because if it's, I may just wait for them to wake up.
You for the most part got most of the night through, so long enough to consider yourself having long rested. It's probably been about 6 hours, I would say.
Okay, so enough that we're all probably mostly. I mean, I don't think we took. I think I was the only one who took a lot of damage during the fight.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah. So we'll go back. Me and Fortune will go back up, and I guess I'm gonna like gesture to Fortune to like get Draven up, and I'm gonna is Rhea still hovering?
By the time you come back upstairs, she has settled back down.
Damn.
The main magic has kind of faded.
I wanted to stick my hand under it. Like, I think Lynn was kind of actually interested in that.
Do light as a feather.
And she's just gonna. Is she on the ground or is she on the couch?
Where were you sleeping?
I think there was like a beanbag or something.
Okay.
She's floating on the beanbag.
Like a giant human-sized beanbag.
And then Draven, where were you at? Draven, by the way, however you fell asleep, because of what you're dreaming, he is kind of laid back, sprawled out as though he were sunning himself on a rock.
I
Made
think
like
he
a
is in like
nest.
lizard mode. Like he's got to be in like a lizard position, like like asleep, just like.
I think Rhea would have made like a nest of beanbag pillow blankets.
Okay. You wait another hour if you're just waiting on them to slowly kind of come to. And I think Rhea, Draven, Kalliana all kind of come to at the same time. Kalliana's is more like she's kind of just like sitting in the corner, and then her eyes just kind of start to glow again as she just stands up as though she's just gone through like a power save mode. She still stretches. She still has, especially now that the inhibitor's been removed, she has a lot more of her human mannerisms back. So she kind of stretches, and instead of cracking noises, you can hear like this grinding of metal and clanking and around. Good morning, everyone. I hope you slept well. She's the first one to notice the conspiratory look on the two of your faces. Is everything okay?
Situation's not worse, but we've done some investigating.
Okay.
I went down and talked to one of the corpses in the basement.
At that, I want to see how the other two react. What are you doing?
Draven just like he like does a fake gasp, and he pulls out his journal.
Rhea just kind of throws up her eyebrows and looks over.
What did you find? Who did you talk to?
Blagatha, I think was her name. Large orc woman.
Correct.
We didn't learn too much. We did know, we confirmed that the original Rhea was picked, hand-selected by the others to interact with the Rift. They thought that the Rift was magic beyond the gods and were interested in that. Saw that how, and like Lynn kind of looks to the side and is like, saw how that turned out. And then she continues, and she's just like, and Blagatha at the very least seemed to have died before. They didn't know who the Phoenix. She didn't know who the Phoenix was or what he had done to the monastery. So it seems that his words that everybody was dead before he got down there may have been true. But she's the only one I've communed with. Realistically, and I'm going to kind of look at Rhea like this, like just to gauge how she's going to act. She's like, realistically, I think the only two bodies that would offer any real answers are probably Alessia and Rhea. But as you know, speaking with the bodies destroys them, and well, she's going to kind of like, she's like, we didn't want to make that decision without you, especially because we don't know if harming the original Rhea's body in any way may harm you. And as for Alessia, that's really your call.
I can't say I don't want the information.
Would you be okay with doing that? To yourself?
She's either dust or she rots. I think one of them is at least less gross.
Well, if Rhea's fine with it, I'm fine with it. I think
I'd rather
information might be
I'd rather
good.
blow away on the wind.
Lynn's gonna nod. She's like, all right, very well. Everybody, I think we should go to the basement. She's just gonna kind of start down, but she's gonna take a minute to gather up like a little more metal and stuff from around here, like around the office and stuff, just stuff like twine, wire, stuff she can make into more keys.
Okay. As you all head back down into the rift chamber.
Okay,
Girl,
I'm
I
gonna.
feel you.
Lynn is
Fair
gonna
enough.
turn to Rhea, like she's kind of she's kind of like standing her like in like at the foot of Rhea's body, and she's gonna look at Rhea and she's like, "There is no guarantee we will get answers out of this, and I don't know what happens if anything happens when her body's destroyed to you."
Hope she's not a lich.
Draven comes up behind everybody and gives an individual pat on the back to everybody and be like, "Good job. We've got it going today, team. You got it."
We all got
I
really
like the hand just coming out of frame.
It's a D8 now, by the way.
Ooh.
Okay. So, you all gather around as you head down to the rift chamber. It's only been a couple hours, but what's your reaction, Rhea, again, by seeing yourself, knowing what you're about to do to this body? How does that make Rhea feel?
How Rhea looks is perfectly calculatedly neutral.
Okay.
But at the same time, if you look hard enough, like, this is an active effort.
So you're asking us to roll to see if we know whether or not you're stressed out.
She might not be, but I was getting ready to.
Yeah.
Let's do instinct rolls. Whoever would actually be paying attention to Rhea at this
I'm
moment.
gonna be staring at her fucking down because I'm like very concerned about this.
Okay. That is a 10 with fear. 14. Lots of fear. I am capped again, just so everybody knows.
Oh,
Okay?
lovely.
We saw.
Oh yeah, you all can see my fear now. So let's see. The highest one was Draven, of course. I think Fortune, you wouldn't clock anything. Just I think she looks fine to you, which is a little surprising. I thought you'd clock more. Lynn, for you, I think it's hard for you to tell, and I think that some of your own bias is coming into this with she looks cold and calculating, and I think that feeds into some of the stuff that you might expect. So I think it's harder for you to really kind of dig a little bit deeper. But Draven, you can see there's this projected confidence, this projected detachment that only goes about skin deep. There's a lot of conflicting emotions going on in Rhea's head right now. And I think Draven's really the only one that picks up on that.
That's so perfect.
It is. It is perfect.
These two are like besties.
Okay, so if she seems like, since she seems really neutral, like Lynn's gonna kind of just go, okay. And she's gonna start like making the key to put on Rhea's body.
Okay. So this is gonna be your spellcasting roll again. I assume you guys are doing shenanigans using hope to give yourself advantage and blah.
I got a rally die if I need it. We'll see. Let's see how I roll, and then we'll add to it.
I don't think I can give her much. It's mostly for myself.
Well, really, the only thing I think I can get is like at best I can get someone gives me a hope for advantage with the roll for plus d6 plus the rally die.
I can do that.
Let's see. Fun. Okay, let's roll.
Why am I clicking my fear? Why am I clicking your fear to try to remove a hope?
Give
me all the fear you want.
Do you want to go ahead and so I need to go ahead and add the +3 for my spellcasting roll?
If you're doing it from the thing, yeah. If
you're
doing it from the action,
Okay, I just did that.
Okay, you've got a 16 with fear.
I mean it. Okay, that's all I had to. Well. Yeah, okay, shit. I'm only going to get one question then because it's with a fear.
Yeah, I don't think I can change.
No, I don't. I think that's just the nature of it.
Yep. I don't think there's anything you can do unless you have one of those things that lets you re-roll a hope die or something like that.
Not for me. I think I can only do that for other people. Like I can do words of reassurance for other people, but not myself.
Okay.
Okay, well, we do get one question, which is what we really needed. And so I'll ask, what did you experience when touching the rift before your death?
Okay. As you cast your spell, you place the key upon her chest. And Rhea, where that key is placed on dead Rhea, you feel this heat on your own skin. You feel almost something like heartburn, almost. And then in an instant, the rest of you notice Rhea explodes into dust of magical blue energy and dissipates. And at that moment, the Rhea corpse eyes fly open, locking dead on your eyes. The room now vibrates with energy. It cackles and cracks. You can hear it even. It almost sounds like a thunderstorm raging in this room as the eyes of the corpse lock onto you. Rhea will be answering this question.
Oh!
But you will be answering this question as your soul that stopped being aware of anything after touching the rift. Ask your question.
Lynn is like when those lock onto her, she feels like an odd like the magic that she's cast is also seized her. So despite like being alarmed in the back of her head, she's almost just like locked in onto the corpse in a way like she almost can't control. And she feels her kind of mouth moving with like the question, which is, what did you experience when touching the rift before your death, or like right before you died, basically?
Rhea, here's how I want you to answer this question.
Okay.
You know what happened the last time that you touched the rift. We had a whole session and everything.
Yeah.
What was it like this time? What did it feel like? What did you see? Was it instantaneous? Did it draw on for a while? What was that like?
Like the experience, like being in the astral plane-y kind of space, Wolf?
Yeah,
Or
and you can elaborate as much as you want here. We're world building together, people. In that moment, when Rhea, the original Rhea, touched that for the first time, and I will embellish and add some things on, but from your perspective, what did that feel like? Touching that void for the first time. Did you crave the power? Was it startling? Was it scary? Did the moment seem to stretch into eternity, or did you, like Blagatha, blink and here you were?
it hurt. First things first. Um, Pins and needles. Just travel up your arm. And it starts off just that little bit of tingly at first, but then they dig in. But I pressed past it. Because pain is temporary, but knowledge, whatever was in there, that's forever. So I kept pushing, and I pushed. I didn't let go. Even if I had wanted to, I don't think I could have. I don't think I could have wanted to let go at a certain point. But even in all of that, it was pretty. light and fractals and branching lines. And then I blinked again and I was in this place.
Perfect answer. You only get one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't quite done.
Oh, sorry.
but
Go ahead. Sorry.
No.
Go ahead. Didn't realize.
It was, yeah.
The pause. I thought you were done. I apologize. Continue.
It was a dramatic pause.
It was a dramatic
was-
pause. I apologize. It was a good dramatic
It
pause.
was.
Ruined by
It
me.
was a place of everything and nothing. And I tried to interact with it, to go forward in it, and I don't think time existed. I don't think I could say how long I was there. It was everything and it was nothing, and gods above, it was beautiful.
Good.
That's it.
Okay. I didn't want to cut you off again. This impassioned, dramatic speech is haunting because it's delivered from this corpse that shows no emotion. The eyes drill into you unblinking. The words come out dramatic and passionate, but the features remain still and lifeless. All while the room is erupting in this chaotic clash of, well, it feels a lot like when the rift was unstable. There's cracks of lightning traveling through the air, the sound of thunder cracks as this is happening around you. And as she finishes, the eyes just slowly close, and you see the body start to smoke from where the key was as the body begins to burn away. The storm in the room begins to calm. And as you stand there, and as the soul leaves this body, the Rhea you know forms once again. And something comes back to you. Draven, I think I'll give this one to you. No roll, because it seems like something Draven would have clocked in his notes. The Phoenix was quite clear about what he thought had happened here. But I think there was part of you that was a little confused about his own recollections. See, he tried for years and years to make Clanks something autonomous, something that has thoughts and feelings. And he couldn't accomplish that until he started binding the souls of Etherian people to them. No matter how much magic, no matter how much knowledge he poured into his technology, he was always missing the one spark, the human soul. So it turns out, the Rhea you know does have a soul. The soul of the original Rhea, recreated with a better body. An evolution, you know, of what Phoenix was after. And had he been around when you discovered this, it would have been very, very bad news for you. You now have knowledge that the Phoenix does not. That there is a more superior way to make an artificial person, if you will. Something more durable and lasting and powerful than the Clanks he's been producing. And if he were to get his hands on the ability or the knowledge to do that, well, You all should not let that happen.
So if he were to get his hands on Rhea Sylvia Acheron, things would
Yes.
go poorly.
He's gonna be so fucking mad that he could have had a dick like all this time.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
He's like, I could have had a real fucking body just made like. Although that does raise the question, like obviously Draven he suddenly realized like that's why the swap has happened. We don't realize this, so it's
No,
up
I
to
think
Draven
just
whether or not
Draven
he wants
with
to
his
do it.
notes and his background and his general vibe in class, I think he would be the one to pick up on that. But it turns out the Phoenix doesn't know as much as he thinks he does.
Important question. What does this Rhea feel after being forcibly rematerialized? Did I experience any of that?
You don't remember any of that. You remember the burning upon your chest, the heartburn, and then there was a moment where you lost some time. It's like you blinked and you were waiting for the question, and then the body was gone. It seems that the soul may have transferred, but you don't have any. You don't share memories apart from that initial copy.
Okay, so it's like I just kind of got some heartburn and now I'm here.
Yes, but you obviously lost time because the other Rhea's body is now burning. It's now
Lynn is
gone.
I look at Lynn,
Lynn
I'm
is
like,
like-
what did you do?
Lynn is looking terrified. She's like, "Holy beloved's tits, you just disappeared. Are you okay?
What did you do?
You dematerialized.
What?
You went. There was blue, poof, poof, and then you were gone. And then she talked, and everything was lightning and scary. And now you're back. What the hell just happened?
I don't know. I think you literally transplanted my soul into my dead body.
It's just like, let's just take a fucking minute. And she's just gonna like sit down on the ground cross-legged for a second.
I flop down cross-legged in front of you, just like
for the first time in our existence, we're
we
like,
just-
same.
we just
We're
look
like,
at each other like, what did we just do?
"Ugh."
Draven, Fortune, what are you doing?
The girls are finally on the same page. Yes,
all-
the girls are bonding.
It just needed one of them to explode and the other one to burn their body. That's all it took. Little arson, little, magical storms.
We just needed one of them to explode.
That's all you're waiting for.
Such a line.
Lynn's been imagining that in her mind, and now it happened. She's like, "Oh shit, I didn't like that. Like, I thought I'd enjoy that more."
God,
She's
I
like,
wish you would just disappear. Wait, no, I didn't actually
"Oh
mean that.
shit, I didn't mean it."
So, Lynn, this will also, you might not have clocked it yet about exactly what happened. So I want to see what happens with Draven, Fortune. What are you all doing now? Because I think, Draven, just with your background in conspiracies and uncovering conspiracies, I think the web has opened up for you about what you know and the secret you have now.
I think right now though, Draven likes to have his words together. He likes to have his ideas together before he states them. And so I think right now he's just kind of overwhelmed and he's going through his notes. He's kind of like writing things. He's definitely got a cigarette lit. And he's
Lynn's
just like,
gonna reach out, and she's just like, "Give me one of those motherfuckers. Give it. Give it."
He
passes
reaches
it
down
over
and
to-
lights it off with a smoldering corpse and hands it to you.
She's like, "Oh."
Yeah, I think Draven's not got a lot to say at the moment, which is unusual for him.
When like quiet kind of settles in, like Lynn is like calming down a little bit, and she's gonna look at Reed and she's like, "Are you actually okay? Like physically? Like, are you hurt?"
I'm gonna look down at the spot where she put the key, because that's the only place I remember like feeling something.
When you look down, you see nothing. Like, nothing's fine. There's no burns. There's nothing.
I'm gonna like, give myself a once over, and I'm like, Well, unless there's anything I'm not seeing, I think I'm good.
Lynn kind of takes a minute to look at you, and she said, and like, you know, she's just looking at you, like, she's like, there's, I think there's a moment of silence in the group. Like, Draven's like over there, like writing and, you know, doing stuff. And like Baby Fortune's just kind of watching these two, you know, and I think like Lynn's gonna kind of cock her head and look at Rhea, and she's like, that Rhea, she said when she was in the rift, it was very beautiful. Was it ever like that for you in the Phoenix's office?
Absolutely.
Lynn just gets quiet and kind of like looks off into like the distance for a little bit, like some wheels are turning.
I'm not exactly artistically inclined, but I think if somebody was, I think it would make a nice painting if it was anything that could actually be captured properly in a visual medium in our this plane's capacity.
Draven just leans into frame, drawing pictures.
Well,
Like Draven's pictures that he draws, they're always caricatures. He doesn't draw any pictures of just people straight out. It's always
That
a
makes sense.
caricature.
I'm gonna kind of look over at like I'm finishing off the cigarette. Like I took a really long drag off of it. There's not a lot left, and like I'm gonna kind of look at Alicia, and I'm just like, kind of look back at Rhea and be like, that was a lot, but I do still have some more questions. It's again, her body will be gone if we ask them of her, but
I think she'd also rather blow away on the wind.
okay. With your permission, I'm gonna kind of hold up another key.
This is my boyfriend fucking cackles in the
I know,
background.
I heard it. He loves when we burn the bodies.
Nix, no. Yeah. I kind of actually like to be aware for this, so you know, let's just. I don't think there's gonna be any more shafuckery.
Like Lynn reaches down, and you just hear like the quietest little prayer, like, oh, you know, like, holy God, like, please just
Please, no shafuckery.
no shafuckery. In fact, she says that, she's like, please, no shafuckery. So she's gonna get back up, you know, like she like drops the butt of the cigarette and like stamps it out. And then
Lagatha and I came up with that one. It's a combination of shenanigans and fuckery.
And then I'm gonna reach down and I'm gonna put the key down again.
Okay. Let's have that spellcast roll. Don't forget to add in the modifiers on the roll.
Okay, and
And
I still have
then-
my rally dice, and if anybody wants to give me advantage if it really fucks up. Okay, let's hope.
Did I ever give you the advantage on the first one?
No, because
If
I
not,
rolled. I met the spell.
You can have it. You can have
Okay.
it now.
You got to
Let me-
spend the hope, I believe. So just spend a hope, and then
I
you can
have like a zillion, so yeah, you can have it.
Sure.
I'd give you fear too if I was nicer.
Oh, I don't even
Okay.
need to give it to you.
25 with hope.
So I get 3
Jesus.
questions.
You get 3 questions. Okay. At this point, you're used to this. You brace yourself for more shafuckery. But like Blagatha, nothing happens. Except for there's just a quick inhale of breath. The eyes glitter open. Look around briefly until they lock onto yours. And then wait.
I'm gonna ask, how did you learn about the existence of the rift and the magic within it?
We had been studying the rift for generations here. My mother, her mother before her. And then one day, I found it. I cracked the code. I could understand things I never understood before. I realized, however, that there was only specific circumstances in which we would be able to open it. We began work immediately. This chamber was constructed specifically for that reason. We worked tirelessly. But we never had any luck until Rhea showed up. She was like the missing key. Generations of study, of research, and it all came down to this. And eventually we were able to open the rift ever so slightly. But we knew there was more just beyond the veil. That's your first question.
Okay, above table to the others, since we'll have two more. Do we want to ask if she knew anything about the Phoenix, like at all, like if they were aware of them? Like, do we want to risk that as a question? Because Blagatha didn't know anything about the Phoenix, but Alyssa's a little higher up the chain.
I feel like I would say no unless we genuinely can't think of anything else to ask her.
I don't. Okay. So
I feel like
do we want to ask if there was anything special about the original Rhea that made her do we want to ask that? Because it seems like there's something unusual about Rhea.
Rhea was adopted out of just pulled out of an orphanage as a 6-year-old.
Do we want to ask that? I mean, do we want to ask if there was
something
inherently special about Rhea that made her so
what made Rhea the missing piece?
Compatible with the rift.
What's so damn special about Rhea?
Yeah. Okay, we'll ask that as our second question. What do you know what was so special about Rhea that made her so rift compatible?
Sorcerers are not unusual. Rare, but not unusual. There are many of those that are born with the ability to cast spells beyond what the church deems appropriate. Of course, many of them must hide, as the church views them as blasphemous for most of the time. But each of those that study the arcane understand magic as this living force, a frequency of sorts. Like when you tune a pitchfork, there are some tunes that are flat, some that are sharp, and some that are just right. Sorcerers fall on a range of these, depending on how gifted they are. Sorcerers themselves are not uncommon. But those so perfectly in tune with the underlying frequencies of that other beautiful realm, those are rare. It could have been anyone. And there's probably others out there, but Rhea, she was one of them, and the one we found.
All right, guys.
It seems she may have been pulled out of that orphanage for a reason.
That's...
Go ahead.
No, you go first.
I was going to say not purely for her benefit reason. Not a purely
I was going to say
reason.
that's painting Alessia in a light. I'm so into this, by the way.
This is what mothers do to their daughters sometimes. Sometimes you're a tool.
You have another question. Well, and that's, again, keep this in mind. That was in the beginning. You don't know if you have a question you can ask. If you want to wait, use your last question on it. But you don't know if she still viewed her the exact same way in the end.
Yeah,
That's
actually,
just
I'm
how
gonna.
it was in the beginning.
Does Rhea have a question she wants to ask Alessia before she's gone forever?
Damn, when you say it like that.
Just saying. I can't bring her back twice. I think for story purposes, maybe you want to ask her some stuff. In fact, Lynn's gonna kind of like side her, not inside of her mouth. She's gonna be like, "Last chance to speak to her. If you have any questions."
Rhea just kind of looks at you. She had assumed you probably had something you wanted to know.
I don't think I'm so dumb that I can't pick up on the fact that this was like her mother, and she's just like, it's like I'm gonna kind of be like, she's your loved one. I won't begrudge you a question before she goes.
You watch Rhea's eyes just kind of fill with tears. And she just looks down, takes Alessia's hand, and did I do good? Did I make you proud?
Lynn, this has never happened to you before. In all the time that you have ever cast this spell. The head slowly turns away from you. Those eyes make a direct line from you and directly onto Rhea as she locks with you, those unblinking eyes. And for a moment, she's there. She's back as you're looking into this person who raised you, this person who just admitted to singling you out to use you. And all these feelings and emotions bubbling up, but she looks directly into your eyes. You have done more than I could have ever dreamed. You have been the greatest part of my life. I am so proud of you and the woman you've become. Despite what I did to you, despite what I put you through. You are my everything. And then with that, you feel the hand starting to get limp as it starts to slowly dust away, flames starting to come up around it. And quite peacefully, her eyes just slowly close as the flames begin to lap and become too hard for you to hold on to, forcing you to drop her hand. You take a step back as the body just slowly burns away and the flames go out. It seems she did love you in the end. Is there anything anyone else wants to do in this moment?
I think like Lynn is just like can see that like Obviously Rhea's like really, she's just like I think Lynn's just gonna kind of very lightly reach down and just kind of like put her hand on Rhea's shoulders, just her fingers a little bit, like just as a steadying, like kind of a comforting gesture.
Okay.
Rhea
Draven,
leans
Fortune?
into it.
Or are you just letting Lynn take this one?
I'm glad you didn't end up being a lich.
Fortune always knows what to say, doesn't she?
Jerry's still out. But she says that, like, it's clear she's yanking your chain.
So is Rhea now in her younger original body?
No,
it's the body you know.
recoalesced. She recoalesced
Recoalesced.
after the
Oh.
body burned up.
I did get a little confused there for a second. I was like, did they like Freaky
No, I
Friday?
dematerialized and rematerialized.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So essentially, the soul, you can think of Rhea as
A USB
Like a-
stick.
Reconnected. To
the difference
both.
between if the Clanks were like a droid from Star Wars or something, then Rhea's like the Terminator, like fully humanoid, upgraded,
Terminator.
still a displaced soul in a manufactured body, but the body being made out of pure magic.
Fucking Terminator.
Lynn's gonna kind
Well,
of
you know.
look around at everybody, and she's just gonna be like, "Come on, guys, let's go upstairs. I don't think there's gonna be any more answers for us down here." She's just gonna kind of encourage, because I don't think the
Standing here staring at a room of corpses and dust is probably not good for the health.
Yeah, I doubt anyone here would have known more than Alessia, so let's go up.
Yeah, she kind of ran the place.
You make your way back up to the office, and there's a lot of heavy emotions. They're kind of like hovering over the party. Draven, have you had time to put your thoughts together, or would he still need some more time? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Just would Draven have anything to add at this point?
No, I think that there's been a lot happening here, and he doesn't want to.
Emotionally throw a bomb into us right again.
Yeah, well, he would also normally in this situation want to try to like lighten the mood, and he just doesn't seem like that's what needs to happen here.
Draven does have really high emotional intelligence, I think.
But I don't think Lynn has the best. So
I don't think Lynn has the best either.
Well, Lynn can go either. Lynn's very I think Lynn has to really focus in on a thing. I think if her attention's on it, she's just the she is a one goal kind of person, and when she doesn't focus on that thing, it's out of sight, out of mind for her. But she is gonna kind of sit down to everybody and just be like, we do need to start thinking about where we're going to go after this. Bravi is in ruins. Chelsea is trapped. They really need help.
Well, what do we do? Do we know where Chelsea is?
No.
Wasn't there
Yeah,
something you knew Etheria for us?
So you do know Chelsea, real quick, was being held by Gideon Ashworth.
Oh yeah,
And
that's right.
that got confirmed when he was kind of showing off his plurbing. Is that what y'all called it?
Yeah,
Plurbing?
Yeah.
Because he told you he could see her.
Okay.
That's how you found out she was alive.
I
think the question was about, is there anything in New Etheria for us? I think was what Rhea said.
Well, I think I can get us into Barovia.
Bravia.
But
Bravia?
Bravia.
I hope we're not going to fucking Barovia.
I can get us into many cities that begin with
My
B.
guy.
You just switch to Curse of Strahd after this. Still Daggerheart.
Yeah, this is the Strahd, except Strahd's a Karen.
Oh my god.
Warden
Yes.
Zarel is dead. I don't know. With all the upheaval, there won't be time to pick another warden, even if the archons above him have anyone in mind. This usually takes a while. I don't know who's got control of the city. We know that Chelsea's in Gideon's manor most likely, but I don't think we'll have any help beyond ourselves.
Give me a knowledge roll real quick too.
Me?
Yeah. Okay, 23 with hope. So, based on everything you just said, you're kind of running through it. They do have things in place, like a chain of command that you could think of. But based on what you heard, likely it's happened so fast, and you know the power, the backing of the Clanks of what he has behind him. You are almost certain that the strength of the church in Bravia is almost non-existent anymore. With the army he has, the way that he moved, and what you've already heard.
If they've already taken out the warden, they've probably also taken out all other lead church members. So it's just grunt people. It's grunt people holding off, like probably enclaved in the city, holding off like from actual attacks against civilians.
As far as you could figure, Bravia has fallen back under control of the Ashworths.
I'm gonna kind of look at the other. Well, and I guess you know what? Considering I have like this role, I'm gonna be like, I haven't heard much information along the badges. If Warden Zell's dead, he's almost certainly incapacitated or outright killed anybody in the mid-level. It's probably just ground priests trying to protect people at this point. I don't know. I mean, we can try to go and take the fight to Gideon, but we don't know what's in wait for us there.
And to that point, if there was more of an official chain of command established at the moment, you likely would have heard something else by now. Another order or something.
It's been a full day. It's been like 12 hours since we got the original. I mean, it's in the middle of the day, but we just there's nothing coming through the badge except, like that. The last order I got was all hands to Bravia.
Yeah. So you'd have a fight on your hands for sure if you went back right now.
Sounds
I'm here for that.
Choice to me.
Yeah, I think what we figured is we were gonna go to New Etheria, maybe get like an army.
In character, like you're gonna have to convince Lynn. Like Lynn is like, it's not that she's really like her. Like, I guess to be Lynn, my duty is with Bravia. I'm sworn to protect the people there. They're being slaughtered most likely, or at the very least, forcefully imprisoned at best in their homes. What can New Etheria? How would New Etheria help us in this situation? Like, they're a small backwards region.
Backwards.
They are a backwater. Lynn's not. She's like. She's from New York. Their version of New York, okay? She's like, New Etheria. Oh, that's the Cincinnati. It's like the Midwest.
She thinks we're like...
At best,
Cincinnati alone.
Aren't they the ones with the fucked up chili?
No, they're the ones with the amazing chili.
Yeah, they are.
It's so damn good.
I've never had it, so I shouldn't be.
So damn.
Pasta doesn't belong in chili. I will die on this hill.
It does. It in certain circumstances, as long as you pile
just
it under
some
a
fucking
mountain
spaghetti,
of
motherfucker.
cheese.
That's what you really
it's
want.
not the same.
Just eat
Anyway,
some fucking spaghetti.
I'm sending
Old
everybody
Queen Crow
Skyline.
2026.
But anyway, yeah, like seriously, Lynn is like what can New Etheria do? We were thinking of a diplomatic approach before everything went to shit at Bravia. What can they do to keep these people from being slaughtered?
And what do you plan to do when you get to Bravia?
Well, we get to Gideon. He doesn't expect we're coming. I have 5 sticks of dynamite. I figure if we blow our way into the cells, we can get
I love
shelter.
the enthusiasm.
Like Lynn is delusional right now. Like she's spinning her wheels. She's thinking
I
real
think
hard.
you're going to need a little more dynamite to do that, and New Etheria has like an entire forge too or something? Or is
But,
that
like-
where we just
Like to
went?
kind of be real though, she's gonna look at Draven. She's like, New Etheria doesn't like Bravia. Why would they help?
Because everyone can hate Gideon Ashworth.
That's a good
Because
point.
I have personal favors to call in. I know people here that have allegiance to me. We don't need people with allegiance to Bravia.
We don't need them to like Bravia, we just need them to hate Gideon Ashworth, which is an easy job thing to convince them
I'm
to
gonna
do.
be like, we do have evidence, and I'm gonna point to like Caliana Caliana, where she's got that bag where it's got all of the evidence we stole from the Phoenix's office to show that he is working with a genocidal maniac who does not care about what country you're from. And the Clanks are just an abomination against nature, like in general, you know.
Hold on. Now I don't know.
Okay, that went from like 2 to 100 real fast, honey.
You taking a soul and binding it to a body forcefully and not letting them die is pretty fucking
that was Epsilon talking. Bria's just like
I'm gonna respond as Caliana though.
yes.
I understand the sentiment, although it's not necessarily how I would classify myself. But I see where you're coming from, and you're
You
a
got
little
the
distraught
spirit. You're
right
just
now.
a little
Me personally,
confused.
I identify as a freak of nature.
Well, here, I also remember I worked for Gideon Ashworth for many years, and while I had no control over what I could do, I was conscious. I remember everything. I told you it's like being trapped in a body you can't control, watching your own life from the inside. I know Gideon Ashworth. He is a terrible man. He is a man that needs people to know that he's in charge. To assuage some of your fears, I do not think he's killing civilians. That wouldn't serve his purpose. He wants to rule over the civilians. He wants them to know that he has regained his throne. House arrest, as you suggested, possible. The church, definitely, but the civilians, once the fighting has stabilized, Bravia will at least be whole, if not ruled by a tyrant. But if you need evidence, if you need people to believe you when you tell them that Gideon Ashworth is a terrible person, I have stories for days.
That will be useful. And I'm gonna kind of look at Rhea in like I kind of like put my hands up preemptively, like I'm not trying to fight here. I'm gonna be like, Rhea, why were you entertaining that maniac down in the basement?
I was playing his game by my rules.
That's a big risk to take.
I know, but if there was any chance that we could get something good out of something, I was going to see if there was a way to do so with as minimal a risk as possible. Unfortunately, what he wanted was too much, so I said, all right. I decided I wasn't playing anymore. People like him are not going to be straightforward with you. They play games, which is fine. You're not going to get them to stop playing games. So you learn what their rules are and you change them.
And you think you can beat him in his game?
I think so.
Just
I think I can give it a damn good try. It's
I can
certainly
admire
worth it to try.
I can admire the spirit, but maybe next time just loop us in. If you're going to be, look, we can't keep doing this. Like, I'm gonna gesture to everybody. Like, I'm gonna kind of look around at everybody. We're the only people who knows what happens, and if we're gonna be a team, we're gonna have to try to be a team. And I'm the first person to admit that this is not easy for me. This is not my world. Subterfuge.
You've gotten a rather rude introduction to the real world.
Real world.
Yeah. It's not pretty and it sucks ass, but this is how things are.
I think I want to try to make a better world than this one, but I see your point.
Just my point is, at the end of the day, just don't bite off more than you can chew, because I don't want to see you. I don't want you to get disappointed and think that you were that you're a failure or something, when you're just a person. At the end of the day, we're all just people.
I think we can agree on that. But it's still my job. It's my role to try to be better.
Just, Elzorya wasn't built in a day.
The best way to eat a horse, one bite at a time.
What did you say?
The best way to eat a horse is one bite at a time.
I've heard the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time, but...
Or elephants if you're hungry for an elephant.
We don't have any elephants around here.
Look, can we agree that just moving forward, we try to loop each other into each other's plans when we can, and we just work with one another, because we can't all we have to be on the same page moving forward. This isn't going to work. So let's just agree that we try to talk over plans moving forward with one another.
We'll certainly try.
Okay.
From an outsider's perspective, you all don't seem to have known each other for long, or maybe loosely. And yet, you have accomplished many great things in a short time. And that's with the disparate beliefs you all hold. I believe, together, maybe you can find that better world you're looking for, Lynn. And it does start with removing one asshole from it. So how do we take care of Gideon Ashworth? Draven, do you think that your contacts in New Etheria could help? Because I will do whatever I can in my power to help you bring that bastard down.
I know I can get us at least a few allies. the power of words shouldn't be underestimated.
What about you, Fortune?
I'm not sure how much we could accomplish going into the city on the attack. So perhaps allies are the best way. If your people will follow through, then that's definitely the route.
Is that okay with everybody? New Etheria? Lynn,
Kelsey, forgive me, but
believe me, I don't think the citizens are in immediate danger, if that is your concern. And the people that you are concerned about, it's likely too late for them.
all right.
I'm sorry.
Lynn, we can get more information. We can go in with a better plan.
Draven, you would know. Your contacts in New Etheria do have a way of getting information on the outside world. You might be able to find out more about what's going on inside in New Etheria, even.
Also, I've got a lot of dirt on people.
You do have a lot of dirt on people, and I'm really looking forward to playing with that.
Hell yeah.
All right.
They're like, I'm not gonna fucking help Bravia. It's like, I know what you did last summer. I know how crazy drunk you got at the party and what you said to Stacy.
So
I've got some.
give us your
I've got
weapons cache, your explosives, and your
I've got
best
caricatures of the events.
clown. I don't know.
They're all over like characters are. Like everything's like weird and distorted, and they're like, "What were we doing here?" Okay.
All right. New theory it is.
As you all make your way back out of the monastery, you notice now that you come out of the office back into the ruins of the monastery, that eerie glow and the magic seems to have dissipated. It seems closing the rift has had an effect on the world around it. The spirits you saw before, those are gone, those magical manifestations, and you're starting to hear the sounds of nature kind of coming back. In these early morning hours, you can hear birds chirping, something that you didn't hear at all when you came through before. And then, from the distance, you see something flying towards you. Closer and closer, this terrible, a face only a mother could love, as nightmare returns. Finally,
Face only a mother could love.
landing on your shoulder, looking exhausted, with a little note tied up on one of its legs. As it kind of perches onto you and then just kind of leans over and rests its head on your head, Fortune. And would close its eyes if it had eyes to close.
Ears droop all the way down.
All the way down. As your little raven bat's back.
I'm so glad. I've been worried.
Looks actually unharmed. It has been gone a while, and it seems more tired than normal for when it makes the even long runs for you, but it seems okay. And has a note.
Well, I'll like make her a little bed and get her nice and comfy and then read the note.
Okay. As you take the note and you unfurl it, we're going to end there. And I'm going to make you wait till next time.
Oh, okay.
Because I need a cliffhanger for Kellen. So, Okay, that was a heavy RP episode. I thought it might be, so I'm kind of glad we did that. If you stick around, we can do a quick post show. I kind of want everybody's thoughts and opinions on that. This will be the end of this arc, so we will be starting a brand new arc next time as we go to New Etheria. In the distance, I will show you. Like, I've got the scene already. It looks all nice and pretty. Oh, never mind. No, I'm coming. Man, I'm having issues tonight. As we start our next chapter, as we head over to New Etheria, a little bit of a tonal shift too. We'll start to focus a little bit on Draven's connections. We'll see what happens and see if we can get some information about what's going on before we launch a counter assault back into Bravia. So, look how hopeful it looks. Right? Nice, hopeful. What could go wrong?
So I'm burned to the ground.
Yeah, you get there and everything's already destroyed. So
I have theories, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to spoil it if it actually is like. But I'm going to tell you. No, I can't tell you. I have a theory. Okay. No, I mean, I think I know what may be about to go down, but I don't want to say it because.
Now I want to know, because if it's awesome, I want to make it happen.
I kind of want to, yeah. Like, well, okay.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's save it for the post show.
Okay.
Thank you all for watching. We will be back here in 2 weeks for more Daggerheart: Legends of Elzorya. This is a crazy busy week for me. Tomorrow, Walking Dead over on Omega's channel. Wednesday, we're back with Golden Vault, right? Golden Vault this week. And then Thursday, we have the conclusion of our 2-part Fabula Ultima introduction. And then on YouTube, Tuesday, you'll be getting, that's tomorrow, 2 more episodes of Curse of Strahd as we're playing catch up, so you can get back to being live with that. We're almost there, so I think a couple more weeks. But anyway, check that out. Got a lot of content finally coming back to the channel. And we will see you back here in 2 weeks for more Daggerheart. Bye, everybody.
Bye.